we get into this week's episode, I'd like to introduce a very special guest. We have singer-songwriter, actor, basketball player, alcoholic, and overall funny guy, Adam Sandler.
Smell you later, poopsicle.
Man, what a quirky guy. Anyway, welcome to WAM.
Welcome to the WAM, guys. We're starting up what's going to be our list of holiday movies as we're in December, and we started it off with the earliest of December holidays, Hanukkah. When this releases, we're going to be on the fourth night of Hanukkah, and to celebrate that, we watched the only Hanukkah movie we knew of, 8 Crazy Nights.
It was so good, and it wasn't about Hanukkah at all.
Don't say element that. You made it sound like there's a correlation between the two. It's like, it's so good because it wasn't about Hanukkah.
I didn't say that. You did.
No.
Clip it. This movie wasn't about Hanukkah at all. Like, if you told me this was just a Christmas movie, I'd believe you, because that's more people say like Merry Christmas and stuff than Happy Hanukkah.
The only thing that really made it a Hanukkah movie is that we're sort of told that Adam Sandler's character, which David Stone, I think that's his name, he used to celebrate Hanukkah. And also, we're just referenced Hanukkah alongside Christmas a lot, which almost never happens in a Christmas movie. So those together, I guess, make it about Hanukkah. The fact that it's even mentioned.
You know, actually, before we get into this movie, that's a really good point. In Christmas movies, there's never this is Christmas Town. There's never like a Jewish guy there. Where'd they go?
Well,
in all the Hallmark movies, it's all the same universe.
There's a Jewish spirit around all Christmas movies, just because a lot of the classic Christmas songs we have are written by Jewish writers.
What about like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
I don't think Tim Allen would have let a Jewish person on set.
That's really fair, but
he's
back to
like
Crazy
weird.
Nights. I love Tim Allen though. This movie was really odd. I wouldn't call it a holiday movie. It'd be a holiday movie, not a Hanukkah movie.
Yeah.
But it just really strange from Adam Sandler. I don't even think he really knew what this movie quite was. Because it wasn't a kids family movie, because they were making like boob jokes and shit, and like he's an alcoholic. But then I don't know who this was for.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what's the harshest thing they say in here? Bullshit. I think that's the harshest language they have. But and also there's just a scene where like deer are very happily eating shit and you see shit in their teeth. I hated that. But no, this isn't a children's movie. It's animated by the same people who did The Iron Giant. So you kind of look at it and go, this looks like a children's movie. But no, this is, I don't even know. I don't know what audience this could have possibly been for, because this wasn't during Adam Sandler's prime, I don't think. It is after Billy Madison. I know that, but like he got bigger after this movie.
He's not beloved Adam Sandler. He's that fucking guy Adam Sandler right now.
So it's very strange to sort of make this movie where the only audience it could be for is Adam Sandler fans. Like, who else does this apply to? There's not like a crass humor crowd that this applies to, because it's not even that crass. It's like, oh, you can't say that in a kid's movie, but it's not Deadpool. I don't know.
It's just it's enough to be like, that's odd for this movie, but it's not enough to be like absurd, really.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just feels like they couldn't write a script funny enough, so they had to make like a woman with 3 boob jokes and like Family Guy cutaway kind of jokes in the middle of their song, because they don't want to take it too seriously because they know it's bad.
Mm-hmm. You know what this is a crowd for? You know what audience they were trying to get with this?
Us?
People who really want to beat up old men who are nice to everyone.
Us. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You were devastated every time it happened, though.
Because, oh God, so there's this character in this movie named Whitey, and it's also Adam Sandler, and he has a club foot, and his sister also has a club foot, and he's like 69 years old, and he lives alone with his sister and his imaginary wife, and no one like appreciates him, and everyone bullies him and rags on him. He's 5'3". He looks like a little testicle with legs, and God, he just got thrown down at every turn, and I felt so bad for him. He was just so pure and happy, and he didn't deserve it, but also his name is Whitey.
What? He had multiple seizures throughout the movie that nobody cared about.
It was a continuous joke. And this movie was made on $37 million. It
Wow.
released to 23.8 million. Is what it received in box office.
And now it's free
And
on YouTube.
yeah, and a lot of the criticism was for the screenwriting, Adam Sandler's voice acting, and specifically criticizing Adam Sandler's voice acting for Whitey. People really, really didn't like.
That's a germ protective for your tushy.
It plays itself off as if he's doing this weird accent because you can obviously tell that's still Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And that works in some stuff. Austin Powers, it does good with, but Mike Myers will always sell a character like insanely well. Even
Mhm.
if like you can tell, oh yeah, it's obviously Mike Myers and then there's Mike Myers. Adam Sandler doesn't have Mike Myers' skill set when it comes to delivering on a character. At least he didn't during this time.
Just whenever in a movie, whenever he's trying to make fun of somebody or like just make them sound like an idiot, like saying what they said back to him, that's Whitey's voice, but the whole movie. And he's saying this really sincere stuff, and he's like, come on, like, don't let those people get down, and like, you're not welcome in my house. But it's fucking Adam Sandler, so it's like, you're not welcome in my house. It's like you can't take him seriously whatsoever. And so any kind of sincerity they're trying to build up with this character is immediately boiled down because it's Adam Sandler still, and this wasn't Uncut Gems yet.
I like to think that him like having that unserious voice is sort of a precursor as to why this entire town just like shits on him and treats him like trash.
It's
'Cause-
just his voice.
Because like, oh, if you knew someone that sounded just like that, I feel like we wouldn't be nice to them. David Stone in this movie, he's our protagonist, and his goal is literally just to do the Goodwill Hunting, where either he's going to go to jail for 10 years for the crime of being an asshole, or he could stay with Whitey and become a youth basketball referee and like
Yeah.
learn the message of Hanukkah.
Yeah, and be good. And apparently Whitey's done this before, and Whitey's like, or I guess he's just a normal coach, because at the trial, they're like, all right, Stone, you're done for. You're going to jail. And Whitey's just like, no, officer. And just, he's like, come let him play. And the judge is like, all right, I guess. There's no deliberation. It's like, okay, sure. Get
And
out of here.
the first time we see him reffing with Whitey, we get Adam Sandler completely destroying this kid because he's overweight. Like, it's not like a one-off joke. It's not like a little funny thing. This is a massacre to this kid.
It's a consistent bit that they have through the entire scene whenever they need a joke. Like Adam Sandler just is like decides he's like, all right, this team loses because I want to see the kid with the tits cry again. And then it pans over to his family, like consoling the kids, and he just starts sobbing again. And it's just, and then Whitey comes over and he's like, all right, listen, I think you have a very nice set of breasts. And then it's even worse, and like it's everyone fucking ragging on it. And then later the father's playing like with Whitey in the community center, and the father just turns to be a fucking idiot too, and then someone has to eat his jockstrap.
I like how that the person who eats the jockstrap lost a basketball game to Adam Sandler and his little protege Benjamin, who's the son of a girl he dated
Adam Sandler used to like, yeah.
in middle school. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're playing and he's like, okay, I'm Adam Sandler. If we can beat you at this basketball game, you have to eat that guy's jockstrap. And they beat him and with really good basketball skills. It was impressive to see animated.
Yeah.
And then while he's eating the jockstrap still, like at least 5 hours after, the dude
He's
who
still
lost,
munching on it, yeah.
the dude is setting fire to Adam Sandler's trailer. So he's still committed to the fact that he lost, but he also was like, fuck
But
you.
he's full of spite, yeah. And so, by the time we learn this, we're just getting out of a musical number, and so this movie is occasionally breaking into song, and the songs, like I said before, aren't taken seriously enough by the movie, so they're constantly filled with jokes and one-liners and cutaways, and not cutaways, but just gags. And so all those songs are pretty painful for me, at least, just because they didn't want to go full throttle, so they're stuck in this gray area where it's like, it's kind of funny, but we're trying a little bit, but Adam Sandler's really singing here, but oh my god, is my trailer on fire? And then that's how we end the song. And I didn't like the music at all in this. Anytime it came on, it just took me out of the whole thing. I get it's a holiday movie, but
okay, so let's see what songs there is. There's the first song in which it's just Adam Sandler saying, "Everyone hates me and I hate myself." There's that one. There's there's the song where like he's talking about how he used to love a girl and the girl used to love him, and then we cut from that for the mayor of the town to go, My wife is trans, by the way." And then
that's a bit, and then we're like, okay, cool, progressive.
And then he wasn't even in the scene. They just
no,
it was
he was never in the story again.
And then we have the worst one, which is definitely technical foul. Horrible.
Technical foul.
Which is just a list of all the rules inside of Whitey's house.
And Adam Sandler's house fucking burns down, so he has to stay with Whitey.
And then we have there might be one before this, but then we have the intervention song where all of the brands, including like Panda Express inside of a mall,
telling Adam,
they come to life to tell Adam that he needs to quit drinking and he needs to cry. And then we have Bum Biddy Biddy Bum.
Yeah, really just artful songs throughout this movie.
I didn't
enjoy any of them. What?
Then we have the Whitey song at the end.
Oh, great.
They were all bad.
Yeah, and like through this movie we're kind of wondering where Adam's parents are, and when his house burns down, he runs in and grabs this letter that's like, "To our son, Davey," whatever the fuck his name is, Adam Sandler. And he runs in, grabs the letter, gets back out, and then later on he's like forced to reveal to Whitey's sister, and Whitey kind of retells it that at a basketball game Adam Sandler was playing on Hanukkah, and then like he won the game and he looked at the stands, his parents weren't there, and then police walked in and his parents had slipped on black ice driving and went into oncoming traffic and fucking died. And all they had was a fucking Hanukkah card, I guess, that they had taken from the crash, which probably has like blood stained on it and some shit. And then at 12 years old, then Adam Sandler holds on to this card until he's like now in the events of the movie. And so he hates Hanukkah, he hates basketball, he's a drunk and he's mean and blah.
I think we had talked about this before. When the cops come in, it's right during the last couple minutes of the game when Adam Sandler is completely crushing in basketball, like doing incredible.
Yeah.
And we're both looking at this, the police are just sort of waiting there. And there's definitely a monologue or a dialogue between them where they go, "Should we tell him now?" And the other one goes, "We should probably see if he can win this, and then we'll tell him the soul-crushing news that he's an orphan."
I mean, God, did you see that pass? That was amazing. We gotta let him finish this period. Like, there had to have been a little dialogue between them. Like, there's no way. And they did. They let him play the game out, and they're like, all right, go tell him his mom died. Go crush his dreams.
The best
go
thing
rip
is
the Band-Aid off.
Whitey's telling this whole story of this event to his sister, who just didn't know about it. And he called this, like, the miracle game.
Yeah.
Well, like, knowing full well that's the game where he was told that his whole family died.
Like, he really should have let Adam Sandler tell his story. Then it really wasn't his place.
I need to tell you the story about the Happy Fun Time game where his whole family died.
It's also me, Adam Sandler.
I hated how softly you said that.
It was a table of Adam Sandler, and Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, that's true. He was telling this whole story to himself.
He was by himself in the booth. It's like, oh, is no one else here today? No, we just need you. It's okay. Cool, I guess.
Why did he pitch this movie? Was he just attached to it afterwards? I mean,
did he write it or did he?
Oh yes, he was one of the 4 writers.
I mean, I guess yeah, you couldn't write this unless it was centered around Adam Sandler. But Jesus,
Because like it's
it had all his friends as like the voiceover, and the like
yeah,
guy that's a billionaire in
Rob
Benchwarmers was
Schneider.
also a billionaire in this, and
Yeah,
he had a hook hand.
I the best sung verse in this is when Adam Sandler just points to the guy with the hook and he says, "This guy definitely wiped his ass with the hook," and he goes, "I
Mm-hmm.
did."
Yeah, I did. um, but like this movie, if anything, it's about like just alcohol problems,
Mm-hmm.
because there's just a consistent. I'll say like maybe like 3/4 of the movie are just about Adam Sandler like overcoming his problem with drinking, and like stop drinking to be a nice guy and like help be nice to this man that's getting bullied.
Mm-hmm.
And really, they could have labeled it as that instead. I think they would have made a lot more money.
I think they would have made a lot more money if they never made this movie.
If they made it live action, it probably would have made more money.
If it was live action, it probably would have made more money. They would just have to find a guy who's whitey like shaped, so 4 foot, 1
No, it would
foot.
also be Adam Sandler.
We
It would
just
still
use like
be
the
all him.
Hobbit technique.
Yeah, it would still all be Adam Sandler. Nothing would change in that regard. It'd be like Jack and Joe. Everyone loved Jack and Joe.
Dunkachino.
God, don't remind me of Dunkachino.
What's with him and getting Dunkin' Donuts to sing?
What's with him about getting Al Pacino to be his dad?
Yeah, Al
specifically in
Pacino
this
was his
movie?
dad. Not like he
Yeah.
actually voiced him, but the animator.
It was like it was fat Al Pacino.
Yeah, that was his design. I was bullied to watch this movie for
I thought you were
such
just
a
gonna end
long
it there.
time.
I was bullied. That was it.
No, I was
You're bullied to
bullied.
watch it.
I was bullied into watching this movie by our friend Grayson. He has like this weird obsession with 8 Crazy Nights. I tried to
don't
call
disagree
him.
with him.
I tried to call him to explain to me why, but he is a coward and he isn't picking up. But I know that he's gonna see the thumbnail for this episode and he's gonna like freak the fuck out.
He's gonna flip his lid, dude. He's gonna pop a gasket. He might have a seizure, like Whitey.
Whitey has several seizures in this.
So many consistently.
And every time Adam Sandler just goes, that's okay.
Yeah, the first time he just like puts his foot on top of him. And he's like, all right, unless you want to see an old man die, clear out.
And the last seizure we see is a happy seizure, and that's how we end the movie. Whitey is fulfilled in life, and he's just going, "Oh, it's
He
okay."
probably had a heart attack after that.
Can you have a heart attack while having a seizure?
I'm confident. Yeah, Alexa. Well, she just gave up, so she just turned
She's
off.
thinking about it. There's not really much else to talk about this movie. It was a very short movie. It was 1 hour and 15.
Wow, that is really short.
Yeah, but we couldn't tell because it was such a drag.
Yeah, that you know, since you said that, I really didn't realize it was that short, and it felt like normal length. So it definitely did drag, I guess. I just didn't really realize.
We also
but
had
wow, this was
ads.
only 1 hour and 15 minutes, and it was $39 million.
I guess just like pre or post Iron Giant, that animation crew must have been expensive. There's the only famous actor in this is Adam Sandler. That definitely brought the price
his
down
friends,
a little bit.
yeah, but
Yeah, they're also in that too, but very limited.
yeah, I mean, it's like Billy Madison, like him just like making that studio to make movies with his friends kind of deal, though. So I doubt that really contributed to the budget too much.
Whatever happened to Happy Madison? What's the
Or,
newest movie?
Happy Madison. I don't know if Happy Madison's around anymore. Do a goo-goo.
I'm doing a goo-goo right now. What's their newest? Wow, they released 4 movies this year.
Whoa!
They released
What were
they released Murder Mystery 2. They released The Outlaws, which all of these are going to Netflix. So I guess they just distribute. Yeah, for the last couple of years, everything they've done has been with Netflix.
Okay.
The Murder Mystery 2, The Outlaws, You Are Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. and Leo.
Okay, so I guess Adam Sandler. I guess that's why like Hubert Halloween or whatever it was went to Netflix too. So I guess Adam Sandler
Mm-hmm.
is just paired with Netflix now. They probably bought
Yeah.
Happy Madison.
I mean, Happy Madison also produced Hustle, which was one of his biggest movies. That was last year. It also did Hubie Halloween. I watched Hubie Halloween this Halloween. What a strange movie.
I just said that movie, but yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah. No, you're not. You're lying.
Yeah.
Fucking alligator teeth. But this movie really was just strange. I don't know how to feel about it. Like I had fun with it in regards to it was Adam Sandler and a little man being like beaten and thrown around and like that
Mm-hmm.
was funny. And
Yeah.
there were some gags where it was just kind of like absurd, like haha, that was funny the first time I heard it. But I don't I enjoyed it, but I don't know how much I enjoyed it. Was it a fever dream? Like
I, I'm gonna have to agree with you. This is what's the best way to put it? It's not a movie.
no,
I don't know.
it's
I can't say
it's
what
a
it
holiday
was.
special for sure.
You're right. That's
It's
what
like
it would
there was
be.
another greater Adam Sandler movie that this spun off of with the same characters, and we just never knew what that original movie was. It got put in the Warner Brothers vault.
We did a direct to DVD movie and we put it in a theater. Do you think it's about time to rate it?
You know, I think I'm gonna give you the honors to go first.
Okay. I can't. I cannot rate this. How the hell am I supposed to rate this?
NR, not rated. Fuck.
I just legitimately, I have no idea where to put this. I couldn't even tell you if I enjoyed it. I couldn't tell you if I watched anything. Whatever happened while we were watching 8 Crazy Nights can never be described fully. I'm not going to be able to rate this thing.
Yeah, for this movie, I'm gonna give it an 8 for 8 Crazy Nights. Because this shit was off the fucking wall, man. This was insane, dude. This movie was. I don't know if I enjoyed it. I don't know if I hated it. It was fun. It was short. It was a lot of Adam Sandler, and I want to go watch Grown Ups. So, I mean, with that, just listen to this real quick ad for Zencastr, and then we'll get into news. All right, see you. Have you guys ever wanted to record your own podcast? When we started WAM, Nolan and I lived just a stone's throw away from each other, but now with like a 5-hour commute between the two of us, we had to find a solution that worked with both of our college student budgets in order to record WAM each week.
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Feel a sense of zen knowing Zencastr's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable.
If you thought about podcasting before and realized that you need a lot of different tools and services, those days are over. With Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. Go to Zencastr.com/pricing and use our code WAM and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan.
We want you to have the same easy experience we do for all of our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story.
The headlines.
Did you see the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer recently?
I did see it. Very pretty game. A lot of ass.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. I'm excited for it, although I never finished Grand Theft Auto 5.
It won't matter, but
yeah. I mean, it obviously won't connect, but it seems interesting. I really like the character dynamics we're seeing. I think having a couple is very interesting, and I'd like to see how that goes.
It'll be like a Bonnie and Clyde type of thing. With GTA 5, you really should finish it. There's some good turns in the story. It gets slow at certain segments, but the characters are really good in it. They're just surrounded by this really crude kind of like layer, but there's good characterization in there. It's just buried. So I'm kind of nervous to see what if they lean too much into the new age, like social media hip kind of talk, where they can fall in that rut really easily. Because like if they start going too hard, too deep into it, when they started development, like that shit that they're going to be using and referencing is going to be old already. So they have to be really careful with what they use and what they reference, or it's going to be dated hard.
Well, I will say there was a lot of like, I guess, social commentary in the first GTA, or not in the first, in GTA 5.
Yeah, I mean that's its shtick. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the shtick there, and even though that obviously is like dated now, when I was playing it and I was noticing it, it didn't feel out of place because it seemed to play on things that are still very relevant today. I think that might be a good thing that Rockstar is able to do. Maybe they'll be able to do the same one in this one.
Yeah, I
Or
just
same
hope
thing.
that they don't like the last Saints Row game. Like
Mm-hmm.
Saints Row was always this like, GTA competitor where it was just wacky, silly, over the top, zany, where if like but then the newest one just totally lost it, different studio, and like it had that same humor, but it just wasn't the same anymore. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
good. It didn't evolve, and I am just nervous that they fall into that trap. But it is Rockstar, and they are amazing at storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just not great at supporting things like fucking Red Dead Online. But that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter right now.
Well, speaking of GTA, uh, on December 14th, you're going to be able to get to play 3 Grand Theft Auto games on Netflix.
Like the bad remakes that they did.
No, I believe. Well, actually, maybe. The games are Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and San Andreas. Were those the ones that were
Yes.
remade? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those were the really bad, like by the mobile developers that everyone bitched about.
Well, now it's on Netflix, so isn't that like poetry
I'm
or
not
something?
surprised that it's on Netflix, yeah, but like, wow. God, I'm still mad about dude, they're still selling that shit for like $50.
Fucking what? That's
I
stupid.
know. It's so fucked up. I don't understand it all. It's not even worth it. You could play the old games and get a better experience, but
Okay. I have. Do you want good news or bad news first?
give me the bad news, then the good news will help me.
I can't do that actually. I was really hoping you
Shit.
would say the good news.
Fuck.
Spider-Man Noir series is moving forward at Amazon Studios.
Okay. That is neat.
It's
You're really
it's
into noir.
I
That's
love
cool.
Noir. I've read his entire comic run. It's going to be live
Does he
action.
kill people? Does he shoot? 'Cause I know he has a gun.
He killed someone. It might have been their Green Goblin or something like that. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
Scorpion, some sort of monster version, right in front of Aunt May because the monster was about to kill her. And
Oh. Dang.
when Aunt May sees that, she's like, "What the fuck did you do? Did you kill someone?" He's like, "Yeah, he was gonna kill you." And she goes, "Never do that again."
Bad.
Yeah, it was funny. I liked it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be made with the showrunners of The Punisher and 22 Jump Street. Weird
Oh.
combination, but
Okay. Punisher's fine, I guess. I never
yeah,
watched The Punisher, but I assume it was good. People liked it.
there's some concern just because it's been told that the series or the main character will not be Peter Parker in this. And that has people believing that it's either going to be the main character of Ben Urich, who is the narrator in the Spider-Man Noir series, or it's going to be a different person who is Spider-Man Noir. I really like Peter Parker being adapted into this, but I also understand that like Peter Parker isn't at his strongest right now. We're kind of really liking seeing new people take up the mantle of Spider-Man. That's why Miles Morales is so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Hobie Brown, stuff like that. So maybe it could be good, but I really
I
like
mean,
how it was adapted originally.
yeah, originally in the comic books, I think that makes sense. But in a movie and like the cinematic universe kind of thing, although like the MCU movies and that won't be necessarily connected at all,
Mm-hmm.
but like viewers and new people would see like okay, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and then they immediately draw those connections to that MCU character. So they
Mm-hmm.
might just want to try to keep as far as they can from that like everyone knows who Peter Parker is, and so
Yeah.
they might not want to have that like pitfall, I guess, almost,
Those
or that
movies, those are all movies that came out, I
no,
think,
not held
what
back
you
by
mean,
it. I can't think of the word.
2020 to 2021. They were
Crutch.
slated to either be
Yeah.
Disney Plus originals or to be
Some
released
other
in theaters,
news,
but couldn't because of the pandemic.
coming
So
January
now
up until
Disney is going,
February.
okay, these
Coming.
got pretty
Dude, that
good
was
reviews,
funny.
and Wish,
Anyway,
which
what the
this is
fuck
their
are you
newest
saying?
movie, isn't. So we're going to make up for this really big loss in money by putting these movies into theaters for people to see. I'm excited to see Soul and Luca in a theater, I probably would. I'd really like that experience. I probably won't see Turning Red. It was okay, but I definitely wasn't the audience for it.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I never watched Soul or was Luca the one where he was like a fish boy?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I remember I was into Luca, but I
Luca
never
was
watched
good.
Soul because I just thought it was kind of it seemed like a nothing movie.
Oh, I think you would like Soul. It has a
It
lot of fun
I
to
don't
it.
know. Okay, I mean it seemed cool, but it seemed like they were doing it just to have like the cultural movie. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even say it's deeply cultural. It's just New York City, really.
Okay, okay, but it's not. I'm not angry about that, but also like why? I don't think they're. I think they're gonna be spending more money than they are like to advertising that than they're actually gonna be making from it.
I think it's yeah, I don't know. This could be just them being really desperate and being like, shit, shit, and just throwing stuff at the wall. But
Yeah.
we'll see, I guess. January is notoriously a very non-competitive time for movies. Like any January release you see is going to be shit. With that in mind, it could be pretty good competition. We'll have to see.
hmm Yeah.
Um, and then we just recently Jesse Eisenberg is getting into so many things nowadays. We have three Jesse Eisenberg projects to look forward to. One of them is Now You See Me 3. We were talking about that. The second one is Sasquatch Sunset, in which he plays Bigfoot.
Oh my god, dude, that's gonna be so cool.
He has
I'm so ready.
he doesn't have any lines, and he's just covered in a full body suit the whole time. Um, and it's being executively produced by Ari, or was it Ari Aster?
Yeah. That's
He's
so cool. What the fuck?
I'm I'm so worried. Why? I don't know why they make this.
Worried?
And then
No.
we
This is their
also
renaissance.
he also has his directing debut. He's making a movie where he stars with Kieran McCulkin, where they're brothers, and they go to Europe to visit their dying grandmother and accidentally go on a Holocaust tour. Um, I wasn't
Oh.
sure. I forgot what the name of that movie was, but it will be interesting. All of these projects seem like they're going to be hit or miss.
Yeah. Obviously I hope that they be good, but
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay.
I think Jesse Eisenberg, the sad thing about Jesse Eisenberg is that he had his big moment, his uncut gems so early in his career with The Social Network, and I don't think he's made a better movie since.
Yeah, I really can't name anything like landmark that he's been in where like I can't imagine that movie without him, you know?
Yeah, that's real.
Like
I mean, we even
I
watched
think that's really
Vivarium.
important. Yeah, that's really important for an actor now to have that kind of staying power where you see them and you see an IP and you like link the two together. And
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Eisenberg just doesn't have that at all.
Well, Zombieland,
But like,
but it's not good.
really, you know, like I don't think anyone was thinking about Zombieland besides like a niche community until Zombieland 2 came out, and then that was only for like a month maybe people thought about it.
Yeah, that's real. There's no real Zombieland fans out there.
No.
And then what else do we got? Oh, we're having a lot of good press tours right now, just because the actor strike is finally over, and we have a good
Yeah,
amount
WAM
of
is
movies
blowing
coming out.
up, dude.
We're getting so many hits. We have Mark Ruffalo currently doing his press tour for Poor Things, which is a period piece that stars him and Emma Stone. I've heard some decently good things about it.
He's been doing a lot of period pieces. Like I saw him in that Netflix World War II one too.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
He's been doing a lot of
he
stuff like
does
that.
his best in period pieces, because he had Zodiac, he had Shutter Island, like that's where he really
He's started in
thrives.
that. Yeah,
Um,
that's a good point.
but he was on set. He was doing. This wasn't Actors on Actors, but he did do Actors on Actors with Robert Downey Jr., and that was good. The newest season of Actors on Actors was really good. If you want to see it, it had Margot Robbie and Cillian Murphy just both talking to each other about the Barbenheimer thing.
Oh yeah, I saw some clips from that.
Yeah, that was really interesting. But for Mark Ruffalo's press tour, he was talking about when he was on set of Poor Things, if anyone was pissed at him, they would look at him and say, we're like one step away with replacing you with Oscar Isaac.
That's kind of That's scary.
And then one day, Willem Dafoe brought Oscar Isaac on set.
Dude, he was shitting his pants. He was
Willem
like,
Dafoe-
hey, what is he doing here, guys?
Willem Dafoe just came up to Mark Ruffalo and he said, yeah, he's going to be taking over now. You can go home.
Dude, that's fucking scary.
That's so
Dude, if
funny.
if Willem Dafoe walked up to me and told me anything, I would believe him. If he's like, listen, your whole family just died, you need to move to Zimbabwe, I'd be like, all right, Willem, thanks for letting me know, man. I appreciate it.
I feel like the better thing for him to do is he'd just be like, your hands are kind of clammy. I've only seen this with people with lymphoma. I think you have lymphoma.
Dude, imagine you're at the doctor's office and they're like, 1 minute, let me get the doctor. And like Willem Dafoe walks in a coat and he sits down and he's like, it's not great. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm not going to put it to you lightly because you deserve to know the truth.
Do you want me to put on a goblet suit now or do you want me to wait until later?
Besides that, I don't have much other news. We're going to continue holidays at WAM, and we'll be watching maybe The Holdovers sometime after that, but we'd love to hear y'all's recommendations about what else to watch that's holidays related. And then I have one apology to make.
Ooh, go for it.
When we were doing the Marvels, I had said that was the first Marvel movie that we were able to review.
Okay.
We did watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but we didn't watch it when it came out. We watched it when it hit Disney Plus.
Okay.
So just clarifying, I heard some people trying to correct me on that. And to all of you guys, I never want to have you listen to the podcast again.
Please don't come back.
That's all I have to say. Anything from you?
Really, I just want to say shout out UK listeners, still holding it strong. Up to 9% now. Getting up there, increasing. I know, going crazy. Keep it up. I don't know if they do Christmas over there, fucking goblins, but if you do, have fun. I love you. Happy Hanukkah. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Look forward to the next holiday movies over the next few weeks. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Wham.
And you've been whammed.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Get the fuck out of here. I love you. Please, write me back.